laughter. And now, here he is in person, the man who last week took off at Heathrow and was ordered to put them back on again. It's Dodd!
Thank you. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day for chucking a bucket of soot over Clint Eastwood and saying, how's that for Dirty Harry? What a beautiful day for sticking a blindfold on, dashing into the nudist camp at Cheadle Hulme and trying to shake hands with everybody. On the show tonight, folks, we were hoping to have a group of tumblers on the show, but the garage ran out of them. And they've had some wonderful plays. In this little theatre. Last week they had Noises Off. It was Dynarod trying to clear the drains. I love working on radio because there's no need to dress up, you see. I mean, twice this evening I've been mistaken for Bob Geldof. And not many people know that if you say Cheadle Hulme backwards, it makes your dentures fly from one side of the room to the other. In 1957, Cheadle Hulme... Sounds better, actually. In 1957, Cheadle Hulme was the very first place in Britain to introduce the Clean Air Act. This was when shampooing your head every night was made compulsory. Today, folks, this show has been recorded in front of a live audience who didn't have to pay to get in. Mind you, they'll have to pay to get out. We have an international audience here tonight. Are there any French people in? Yes. Hard luck, you've just missed the last ferry. This show is being performed in front of an invited and a very select audience whose proof of identity has been verified. And don't worry, folks, you'll all get your pension books and your bus passes back at the end of the show. Yes, folks, back to the good old days. Remember Vesta Tilly and all those other delicious packet meals. Remember, 100 years ago, when the only reason you went abroad is if you were being deported. You see, I mean, do things improve? Take today's post, take the GPO. Isn't it amazing how first-class letters can take up to 7 days to arrive, yet your bills are always 3 to 4 weeks early? At my age, I just had to give up exercising. I couldn't stand the noise. Listen, here's the thing. If Annika Rice and Quentin Crisp got married and they had children, would they be called Rice Krispies? Lots of things. Seaside holidays, they've changed. Remember when you used to go into a cafe and get a teapot with a hot handle? And seaside holidays. I remember when going topless meant you hadn't got a hanky on your head. These days, you have to pay 50p to find out what the butler saw. Not so long ago, for 50p, you could have had what the butler saw. Comedy's in my blood. I wish it was in my act, but there you are. Do you know that by 1990, Britain will have 18 million cars in use? So if you're planning to cross a road, you better do it now. Today, we're offered beer in tins, cans. Years ago, our beer came in barrels. Took you nearly 3 days to drink it, mind you. How are we going to cope with acid rain? Lead umbrellas, of course. New scientific discoveries now make it possible to grow things in barren places. Wheat now grows on infertile soil. Crops now flourish in the desert. And hair now grows on Stuart Hall's head. I'll pop down to the office and see what's going on. Now, Miss Golightly's an old-fashioned girl. She says her prayers every night. Amen. Hello? Who's this scruffy old workman in overalls? Here, hey, Flash, are you working on the boiler?
Oh, it's me, boss.
Hey, Miss Golightly, why are you wearing a boiler suit?
Well, this is the latest all-denim play and leisure suit.
Council workers don't wear leisure suits. Shouldn't you be out gritting the roads? I mean, the weather's nice. Now, look, Miss Golightly, how have the charity fundraising gone over the last few weeks?
30 old-age pensioners have agreed to do a sponsored walk from John O'Groats to John O'Groats Town Centre.
Oh, I see. Have we any fan letters this week, Miss Golightly?
Yes, here they are.
Oh, here's a nice one, a fan letter here. Wait, Dear Ken, thanks for giving me your autograph when I met you last week. Oh, by the way, I now know how old you are, 35. Clever girl, because that was the number of rings I counted under your eyes. Dear Ken, can I have for my children, Sarah and Mark, 2 signed photographs of yourself? The photographs will give them inspiration to look after their teeth, or they could end up looking like you. Dear Ken, we're opening a new theatre next week. Lots of stars will be coming along to put their footprints in cement. We'd love you to attend, because at present we've got nobody to mix the mortar. See, what this theatre needs is a good old-fashioned musical. That's one. I wouldn't mind asking Gilbert and Sullivan, but they haven't written anything lately. I know what I'll do. I'll drop a line. I'll write a letter to that new fella, Andrew Lloyd Webbing. He'll be glad of a few, Bob. Right, take this down, Miss Golightly. Dear Andy, I'm writing this care of your local job centre, as I don't know your address. We'd like you to have a crack at a northern musical for us, something we could try out at a pie and pea supper. And then we could knock it into shape later for the stage. If you don't mind, we don't want any of that rubbish about men wearing masks while they play organs in sewers and swinging from chandeliers. Because this happens all the time round here, especially when the pubs chuck out at 10:30. Oh, and we weren't too keen on that one about cats either. On a warm night here in Cheadle, we get quite enough Toms yowling on dustbins without any help from you. Oh, by the way, Andrew, we'd rather you didn't bring your missus with you, if it's all right with you. I know you get tax relief on her with keeping her in the family, but Gladys Ormonroyd has already been pencilled in as I'm on a promise. Right, now it's time for our daily meeting, our morning departmental report from the staff.
We call it departmental because he's Mr. D and he's partmental.
Thank you. What a loyal staff.
I understand, Mr. D, we're helping in an amateur operatic society's production of a musical.
That's right, Tarquin. Yes, it's the... it's the Cheadle Hulme Bigamists Operatic Society, and they're putting on 7 Brides for 2 Brothers. To keep up with them, I'm taking 50 different kinds of vitamin tablets every day. So if you hear anything rattling, it isn't the Phantom of the Opera, it's me. Right, anything else? Now, what about Gladys, the cleaner?
Well, I don't know what to do with the things I found left behind on the floor after the audience left on Saturday night.
What sort of things, Gladys?
Well, there was a truss,
Yes.
3-string vests,
Yes.
a wire brush, a set of false teeth with a toffee stuck in them, and an umbrella.
I wonder why anyone would forget an umbrella. Well, any other complaints? Now, Barney in the bar. What's happened to the bar takings lately, Barney?
Well, we took £120 last night. £30 in cash, £90 worth of IOU.
£90 in IOUs? Who do they belong to?
You.
Oh. How are ticket sales going, Lance?
Not very well, Mr. D. I've still got plenty left. Hey, would you like to buy some?
Why should I buy tickets? I'm the star of the show.
Shh, don't talk so loud. If that gets out, people will be demanding the money back.
I'm going to bring this meeting to a close, but before I do, staff, I have a special announcement to make. You all know that our front-of-the-house manager, Mr. Tuckwell, has been courting Sharon for the last 5 years. Well, Mr. Tuckwell has at last mentioned marriage to her.
Oh,
Yes, he's told her about his wife and 6 kids. We've got to do something about updating our image. I know, we'll go out and we'll ask the people of Cheadle about the good old days. There's a happy couple, straight from the wedding ceremony.
Oh, Fred, isn't it exciting? Married this afternoon. And here we are at last in our own little home.
Oh, Brenda, my love. Surrender, Brenda.
Oh, it's so romantic being carried over the threshold. Don't you think so?
Oh, it certainly is, Brenda. But I think you can put me down now, beloved.
Look at these 2 old soldiers, yesterday's heroes, sitting on the park bench showing their medals, rows of them proudly displayed on their chest.
I was shot in the Dardanelles.
I've got mine in the Harris.
That sounds painful. I was mentioned in dispatches.
I was dispatched in unmentionables.
Here, did you know that Edwina Curry was once sacked from a massage parlour?
Why is that?
She kept rubbing all the customers up the wrong way.
You know what? I love lying in bed on a Sunday morning and reading the papers.
Oh, yeah. Do you get a supplement?
No, the DHS is closed at weekend.
Here, Ralph. I started smoking again last night.
What is that?
Sitting too near the fire, me trousers ignited. It was my own fault.
Are you a theatre goer, sir?
No, not anymore, boy.
Why not?
Oh, those days have gone, haven't they?
Gone?
Yes, I mean, men don't go to the theatre to leer at half-naked girls like they used to.
Don't they?
No, they don't ogle at the female form, you know, and clamber over the seats to get a better view of the beauties, eh?
Don't they?
No, they've stopped hanging round stage doors after the show. They don't invite the girls out for dinner and offer to take them home anymore. And they don't try to, you know what. Oh, no, they don't do that anymore.
Don't they? Why not?
Well, I don't. I mean, I'm shattered. Absolutely shattered, you know.
I'm asking people about how the world has changed over the years. For example, do you think the art of conversation is dead?
Yes, good morning.
Excuse me, madam.
Oh, Monsieur Dodd, I'm crazy about old English gentlemen like
Old
you.
English gentlemen?
You are like a fine wine. A little maturing produces a better vintage.
Well, you can pop my cork any day.
Oh, Monsieur Dodd, you are so distinguished, so handsome, so refined, oh, so sexy. Every girl's dream, Monsieur Dodd. Monsieur Dodd, where are you going?
Well, after what you've just told me, I've realised I'm much too good for you. Miss, do you believe that the good old days were better than this modern age?
Oh, yes. I mean, well, people were more romantic then, weren't they?
Were they?
I can remember the first time I tried my wedding dress on. My mother took one look at me and I'll never forget her words. She said, "Aren't you taking a lot for granted? You're only going on a blind date." Excuse me, sir. I believe that your establishment is the first genuine fast food Indian restaurant.
Oh, that is correct, madam, sir. Yes, we are calling it the Hari Kari.
Ooh, how many people run it?
Oh, just me and my cousin Ramjam here.
Oh, yes. Greetings, beautiful lady. Oh, yes. I am Ramjam.
It must mean a lot of hard work for you, running a place like this.
No, it does not worry me at all, lady, sir, because I am workaholic.
Oh, yeah, that is right. You mention work and he goes out and gets drunk.
And for every customer, after their meal, we are giving them a glass of lovely bubbly.
Ooh, champagne.
No, Alka-Seltzer.
I must say you have a very nice place here.
Oh, thanking you. We have bought all the modern conveniences.
That is so, my cousin. Yes, we have. That is correct. We have bought a new petrol bin for the kitchen.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. But unfortunately, no matter how hard we are pedaling, it does not move an inch.
Tell me, do Indian food restaurant owners eat in other nationalities' restaurants?
No, certainly, most certainly. My cousin Ramjam and I, we went out for such a meal last night.
That is correct, lovely lady. And I astounded my cousin by eating the entire meal with chopsticks.
Oh, I was very much astounded because we were in an Italian restaurant at a time. And I'm going to give you a final.
Oh, I've just remembered. I've got to go on the stage now and give one of my celebrated Ken Dodd penny lectures to the audience. Greetings, friends. Friends. I've decided to give you one of my penny lectures today based on several different subjects. I could give you a talk on the evils of drink, if I can think of any, women's rights and women's lefts, and or swine fever, because I've had that 3 times. But I've really chosen to tell you about the good old days.
Hey, she was a goer.
Who was?
Good old days.
You see, youngsters today with their television, video and computers, they don't know what it is to amuse themselves. I remember when I was a lad, you know, we made our own amusements.
Yeah, we did.
Who did?
Daisy grew wild in the woods.
Never mind, Daisy. every Saturday night all the family would gather in the front parlour. There'd be Mum and Dad, Grandad, Auntie Ethel and Uncle Tom, and my cousin would all be standing round the piano, each wishing one of us could play the blasted thing. Remember your childhood?
I had a pigtail.
Well, nobody's perfect, madam. You see, if only we could travel back in time. See, today it's all technical. It baffles me. Computers and electronics.
Mr. Dodd?
Yes, Bobby?
Mr. Dodd, is it possible?
Is it possible?
For me?
Is it possible for what?
Is it possible?
Is it possible?
Yeah.
For who?
For me.
No, for you?
For me.
Well, it might be possible. I don't know if it's possible for me.
Mr. Dodd?
Yes, Bobby?
Is it possible?
What's possible?
For me?
For you, Bobby?
To have a digital display?
Well, definitely. I think your number will be up at any minute. On second thoughts, Bobby, you could come backstage and test my new shredder. And if that doesn't make your eyes water, I could arrange to have you Xeroxed. Everything's changed, even in the shops, even in the DIY.
I'd like a piece of wood, please. 3 foot by 2 foot 6.
I'm sorry, sir, we don't do that anymore. No, we've been converted. We're all meters now. Yeah, what you need is a piece of wood 2.4 metres by 1.8 metres.
Oh, well, how much is that then?
£2 a foot. Excuse me, sir. I'm from the Social Services Department, and I've reason to believe you've been receiving Meals on Wheels for the last 6 months.
Yeah, that's right. Why?
It's only for old age pensioners, you know. How old are you?
74.
My word, you don't look it.
Well, that's because I've been eating well just lately.
Ah, the good old days.
Oh, I'm fed up, I am. I'm fed up. Women don't seem to like me. I wish I could find myself a girlfriend.
I thought you said you met a girl at the party last Saturday.
I did?
Well, why don't you phone her and see if she'll come out with you?
Oh, no, she'll refuse. I know she will.
Well, you don't know unless you try.
All right, I will then. I will. Hello? Hello? It's Gordon here. Gordon, remember me at the party last Saturday? Yeah, you were talking to a boy who was wearing a red shirt and denim jeans. Yeah, he's got brown hair and wearing glasses. Yeah, you started kissing and cuddling him in the corner. Yeah, well, I was the fella that was watching you.
You see, all this modern technology can baffle a person.
Yeah, well, I'm baffled, yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, you know, like we've just had that new concealed lighting, you know. And that's all, like, very modern like.
Yeah, well, it is. Do you like it?
Well, I don't know. I can't find a switch. I mean, it's all sort of really like, isn't it, you know.
Oh, folks, it's time for my weekly warble.
Promises. Promises, just empty promises. That's all you gave to me right from the start. And all your promises were broken promises that only left me with a broken heart. Now the one you kept your promise to has gone from you, but don't you know that I still love you? Please come back, then we will start anew and try to make those promises come true. Promises, just empty promises. That's all you gave to me right from the start. And all your promises were broken promises that only left me with a broken heart. know that I still love you. Please come back, then we will start anew and try to make those promises come true. Please come back, then we will start anew and try to make those promises come true.
I'll pop into the theatre bar for a quick tickle tonic.
Mr. Dodd, I'm AC, Arts Council.
Good. I'm DC, desperate for cash.
Mr. Dodd.
Dodd.
We think that your shows are old-fashioned and lacking in dramatic impact.
What?
Have you ever been on the Fringe?
No, I was once on the verge. I was in a car. I saw this sign, in an emergency, use the verge. But I had to lie down and it went off. You've seen these other signs? Pick your own. No, I don't think that's healthy either.
What's your opinion of the avant-garde?
Well, I think they've got nicer uniforms than the Vatican Guard, yes.
No, we prefer dramatic theatre that makes you think.
Well, I saw a play at the National Theatre the other night.
Chekhov.
Exactly. And it made me think... It made me think I'd wasted my money, so I walked out and went to a chip shop.
Was it edifying?
No, it was Charlie frying. Eddie was serving the mushy peas.
Do you know Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead?
Really? Well, it wasn't in the stage last week, I tell you that. Not in any of the newspapers. Anyway.
Grand opera, that's my forte. I once directed Pavarotti.
Really? I once directed Placido Domingo. He was looking for a betting shop in Rochdale, and I told him to turn left at the job centre.
Mr. Dodd, I'm afraid we must turn you down.
Oh, but you can't turn me down. Our next production will be modern, dramatic, everything you ever dreamed of supporting. We'll have no scenery, no props, no costumes, no lights.
Is it because you finally decided to chance your arm on the experimental?
No, it's because the bailiffs were here this morning and they whipped the lot. Well, if I'm not going to get any money, if I'm not going to get any grant from you stingy lot, I'll write my own drama. I'll write a super soap opera. They all make fortunes, these soap operas. Everybody watches them. I shall play the romantic lead, Blake Dottington, head of Dynasty and Superstud. I'll make Dirty Den redundant. Now, all I need is a title for my soap. Carbolic. Yes. You can get an anagram out of that. No, we want a title. Miss Golightly, a title.
Oh, a title. I'll have to scratch my head.
That's it. Knit's Landing. No, that's not.
Something tense and exciting.
What about East Suspenders?
Two tragic lovers like room at the top.
Yes.
I could be in it.
Baggy round the bottom. Yes. Oh, but it's got to be full of romance, sex, torrid, based on real life, a steamy exposé of sex and passion. You'll all be in it. Real life. You'll all be in it. Yes.
Fascinating.
The scene is Bent Fork Ranch near Cheadle Hulme.
Ake Garricott.
No, Blake. Blake.
Blake Garricott is putting his gold teeth into the wall safe for the night as Crystal enters.
Steak speaks.
No, Blake.
Blake speaks.
I've finally solved my problem, Crystal. I've been to a shrink.
I've noticed.
Crystal, how long have you been seeing other men?
Ever since the optician changed my glasses.
I love you terribly.
I know. You should see Dr. Ruth. Cake.
Blake.
Blake, I'm getting it together.
The last time you got it together, I tripped over it and fell down the stairs.
I'm going to drive off into sunset with all my knickknacks and possessions. You know what this means?
Not another car boot sale.
I'm I'm leaving you, Snake.
Blake.
I'm shaking you, Drake. I'm going away with Dan.
Dan, this is a terrible shock. I thought Dan was having an affair with Nan.
No, Nan's seeing Fran.
Good gracious, not Nan and Fran. Nan and Fran, I thought Fran was with Sam.
She was with Sam, but Sam's got a hang-up.
I wonder why he was walking with a stick. Look. Look, Bristol.
Crystal.
Crystal, of course, I'm sorry. Crystal, let me fix you one last drink.
All right, I'll have a rye. 2 fingers.
Okay. Oh, well, if that's the way you feel about it.
You'll be hearing from my lawyers.
Your lawyers?
Bullards, Hard Shoulder, and Ramp.
Really?
I want half of everything.
Half of everything? Impossible. How can I ride a one-wheel bike? How can I wear one-legged jockey trunks? I'll develop a split personality. All right, you win. On one condition.
What's that?
I demand custody of the budgie.
I'll fight you for him. I'll never give him up. He's part of me.
All right, you can have him then. He's always been a mummy's boy. I see you intend taking the tarantula.
Whatever gave you that idea?
It's crawling up your leg.
Oh my God. This play is puerile. Drivel.
Oh, thank you very much. I thought it was rather good too.
But it is going to have a happy ending.
A happy ending? You mean it is going to have a... You mean the Arts Council? You're going to give me the grant?
I've had my instructions from the highest authority.
She who must be obeyed.
No, Joan Collins.
The happiest of endings, which will suit all of us. You're going to be killed off in the next episode.
Oh, no, good for you. Tatty bye, everybody! Tatty bye!
Appearing with Ken Dodd at Cheadle Hulme were Colin Edywnn, Michael McClain, Sybie Jones, Jennifer Stanton, Adam Daye and the Brian Fitzgerald Palace Band. The programme was written by John Pye, Ken Rock, Barry Reeves and Colin Brown and produced by Ron McDonnell.